I've actually still got a pretty good edge on them actually. I thought I might have to put the grinder over them, but do you know what? They're all right. So, afternoon world. This is the third video I'm making today. So, first one was off to see the heavy horses this morning at Rangeworthy. We thought there was going to be ploughing. I never actually saw a plough, but then I had to leave early, so all I saw was harrowing and a few other bits and bobs of kit, but it was still quite interesting. And then I came back home and there was still dew on the ground, so we thought we'd leave it a bit longer. The family were going to Tortworth Lakes for a walk around the lakes, so I went with them. So I've made a video of that. Probably won't share that with you because some of the conversation with my kids, yeah, probably, yeah, no, bit personal, some of that. So, but you know, if you get to share 2 out of the 3 of today, and that'll be the heavy horses from this morning and completing me mowing, you haven't done too bad, have you? It's been a lovely day. Temperature all afternoon has been around about 26 degrees C. Not a lot of wind, sort of a bit of breeze, but not a lot. It is now 4:15 in the afternoon, so later than I'd intended to do this. In fact, I pretty much intended to have this done by now, but excuse me, the heavy dew this morning, and it was heavy, plus the opportunity to spend some time, good time, quality time with the family, kind of delayed stuff. I'm not worried. We're going to wrap this anyway, or at least that's the intention at the moment. All this is going to be wrapped, so it doesn't matter. The bale is not coming in until Wednesday, so it's only Sunday. There's plenty of time to make this. There's no desperate rush, anything like that. So yeah, we're just going to come down here and then finish the job off. You see a difference in colour, apart from when you turn it over, still green. So this will get spun tomorrow. We're not worrying about chucking it about today. Like I say, we're not making hay. Hay isn't our intended crop, partially because I haven't got anywhere to put it. See what I mean? Even now, we've had no rain, 26 degrees C all day. I've literally just driven down. Really difficult to make hay when the ground isn't dry. Right, that's the travel hole. If I go up down the road, that's where it goes on. If I go any distance, I lock it with that chap there, but just round here I don't need that. But for when in work, pin comes out of there, goes in there. Right then, shall we? I see we've got an audience over there and back there. That's because I've come out into a field that they want to be in. They want to be out here. I don't want them out here because they'll kick this about, which is bad enough. The worst thing is they'll crap all over it, and make it completely useless for feed. So they got to stay out. At least till Wednesday, Thursday. Right, I think we're going to start over there and work our way back over here. See how straight I can get my lines. No rush. I want that needle out of the blue before I put the PTO in. A little bit more. That'll do. So I can't look at you, so I'm looking at a point in the hedge, a spot in the hedge down there, and that's where I'm aiming the tractor at. So if I look at you, or look over my shoulder, or that shoulder, or anything else, I'll end up with a wiggle. I don't want to wiggle. Literally, I'm just looking at actually, it looks like a bramble. I'm aiming for a bramble. It's just the sun's caught it. I can see it from up there. That was my point. Everything else, this way and that way, is now going to follow that point. Oh, it's not a bramble. Nope. It was a piece of elm. That piece of elm. That was my point. There you are. Now you know what 100 CNH horses sound like when they're working. So yeah, this is a reasonably heavy crop, although it's not very long. It's thick. I got to put a lot of that down to the weather, but also spreading that fertilizer on from T-Mac Agro. Oop. Also made a big difference, right? Spotted a raggy. I got it. I say, look at that. He's a 2-year-old. So, yeah. Only a youngster. I know it was a bit tight starting up in the work, but he's all right. Yeah, I was saying it's well, it's not a tall crop. It is quite a thick one, so you can definitely hear the engine note change when you put the machine down and into work. But my 100 horses seem to be coping a-okay. It's a bit light on the clutch then. Right, well, it is 4:45. We should have this finished by 6:30, something like that. Not going terribly fast. 11.7 kilometers an hour, so what's that, 6.5 miles an hour, if that. Not that fast. I could cut this faster, I could, but it wouldn't be as neat, and I'd probably end up with mare's tails or bull's manes or whatever you want to call them, little Brazilians. So I like to come back in the field after it's been tidied up and no tufts. It's just how I like it. Right. I think we might. We've got 2 triangles now. I think we'll, when we finish this strip, we'll come back up and just finish this one and that one, these 2 triangles, and then that's this end of the field completed. And I get that in one stroke, tight, but I think we'll manage it. Oh yeah. So for me, this is, unless someone talks me into doing a bit for somebody else, this is the last mowing, the last job for this machine this year. Once this is done, we are finished out here. It might be a case of wash this off tomorrow morning, get this thing cleaned, greased up, and then put away. So I don't think I'm going to use it again. And then on with Lady Lotus. We'll chuck it about. You daft bugger, I've already cut that bit. So you probably noticed I'm using the spool valves and the pickup for operating the mower. Most people would just use this fella. Just pick it up like that, move round. But the problem is, well, I'll show you. In fact, I'm going to pick it up. Scars. Leaves a hell of a scar on the ground. So the problem is, you get an open scar like that one, which I'll show you in a minute. That's where the thistles get in. There you go. Thank you very much indeed. We'll take that space. So it's a little bit more fiddle faff using the pickup, 3-point linkage and the spool valve, but it saves marking the ground. Right, I'll show you why I don't just use the spool valve. I'm not saying it's like this for every mower and every machine. The mower is supposed to sit and tilt up on this skid plate here. But the problem is, you only got to tip it a little bit, but any more than a bit, and this edge just cuts in. And it's okay if you're going in straight lines, but as soon as you start turning a corner, this is what happens. And I don't like it, especially when I'm cutting grass for silage. You don't want this in your silage. So basically that's contamination. So I did it as a demonstration to show you why, and now I wish I hadn't. Bloody YouTube. Right, this is where I try and guess a parallel strike out back down again. So to there, so I want to go to there, and I'm marking myself a post down there. Now the easy way to do this is to literally get yourself some tall posts, paint them white and put them at equal spaces at both ends of the field the way you know you travel, and this is easy. But sometimes it's just like, how close can I get? I actually think I haven't gone enough. I'm going to go 6 foot over and regret it. So 1 tire width over. I'm aiming for a spot down there. Right, keep your eye on the spot. Don't look away, look straight at it. It's a post or a light spot in the hedge. I think it's a post, but that's what we're aiming for. And I gotta hope that it's the same distance between where I strike out down there to the edge as it is up there. We will find out when I've been up and down a dozen times. See what I'm heading for? Is that white patch in the hedge there? That was my target. I don't think I'm a million miles away. Well, I might have made a mistake going over that 6 foot though. We'll find out. If I'm wider that end than this end, I got it wrong. I was right first time. And it won't be the first time for that. Crop's not quite so thick here. I can actually see the rows where the blades have been over it. So it's not as thick as it was over there. Whether it had more fertilizer over that bit, I don't know, but anyhow, whatever happens, we're going to have quite a few bales out here. I'm more than happy that we got enough for this year now, providing I get everything I got cut after today, everything cut, if I get it all baled, we're okay. I think it was a mistake moving over 6 foot. So I got that much at this end and that much at this end. I should have stayed where I started. I knew it was a mistake. I told myself it was a mistake and I still did it. Oh well. Bottoms. Mower doesn't like going through stuff that's already cut once. It's going to start a bark in a minute. Gotta keep it on the back because it starts piling up, gets a blockage, makes that even less. I think we're going to get away with it. One little squeaky triangle to do at the top. It's literally, yeah, I shouldn't have moved over. That's it this end. So that's it, almost done. Mowing 2023. So last day 3rd of September, so not really late in the year, but later than you would have thought. So we'll get out in a minute and have a look at the crop and I'll just show you what we've got. That's it. Done. put the travel pin in. So a subtle difference between what I cut yesterday and today. Only really notice it in the colour. And like I said earlier, if you turn this over, not a lot of difference really. So this has got to be kicked about, but this is what we've cut and what we're making. Got it off fairly tight to the ground, which I wanted actually because this is the last cut and it's still warm and still going to grow. But I reckon that will make some pretty good, a bit of clover, plenty of leaf. I don't know, that makes some pretty good silage. So actually it's going to be haylage. We're going to bale this as dry as we can and wrap it. So there you are. All I've got to do now is chuck it about.